Just thought we'd have a quick working update. I am now taking a step back into the workshop, a step out of management, as requested. Took a while, and there was multiple deadlines that I gave my employer of like, okay, I'll give you another month, and then I gotta be out. I gotta be out. I gotta be out. Um, One interesting thing is that the job that I was doing, or the workload that I was doing, these people have their own separate job titles now, but the work that I was doing has been divided between 3 people, sometimes 4. So that signifies how much of a workload I was putting onto myself, and a lot of that is my fault. A lot of that is the attitude of I don't want to talk about it, I just want to do it. And yeah, because a lot of the people that I work with are, 10 years younger than me, haven't quite learned, or they also come from a different culture of it's not my job, it's not my fault, it's not my responsibility, which, yeah, I grew up, I guess, through a different time and a different culture of, if the job needs doing, you get it done. But and of course, it's like any transition, there's a bumpy phase and people coming in and they're negotiating their positions and they're trying to find their feet, and people, that were in similar positions of me, of getting promoted into a position where, okay, it was kind of the opposite. I don't have the qualifications, but I've got the skills, and these people don't have the skills, but they got the qualification. There's never a perfect situation. And now that this is coming on to 2 months since the change, since the physical change, things are starting to fall into place. And also, I think because I'm now starting to, at the end of the year, I'll be heading back to Australia, and so I'm also able to take a little bit of a step back and not be so involved in the workplace. But I get sidetracked. There is a point to this. I myself am happy with the transition. It's the position where I always wanted to be in the first place. Work is happy that I'm there, because now that I know how upstairs works and the management works and downstairs works and how everything functions, and that all the problems that I saw while I was running around doing everything, I am now actually able to, I have the time and the mental space and the ability to actually do that stuff. So even though it's a self-demotion, and for a while there I was feeling like I'm going backwards, when I actually took a breath and became aware of it, I realized that this is the society perception that we are raised in, that if you're not always advancing, you're not going for that promotion, you're not going for that next rung up, you're somehow failing. And this is a total win. I'm happier, my financial situation is the same, because I've stepped back from saying, hey, I'm going to stop doing all this extra work. It means 3 other people were able to advance instead of just me treading water. I'm able to still have a positive impact on my employment. I've got more free space in my mind, and I've got more free time, and like I said, the work is now spread between 3 other people. So in theory, everyone, as long as everyone does their part, it should be a much better season than last year. And it was really funny because as this situation was going on, about a month ago, I was listening to a podcast on a TED Talk of exactly, or Hidden Brain, of exactly this situation of where people within a business keep getting promoted by their higher ups because they show abilities that they can handle a task in whatever position they're in, they're excelling at, and then they get promoted to a position. All of a sudden they're outside of their depth and they're struggling to make it, and then the people they're managing lose faith in them or think that they can't do the task. This whole situation starts snowballing, and the person ends up not being able to excel in that position, and everyone suffers, and that person ends up getting fired instead of just demoted, because the society perception or the perception of a business can't think that this person will be happy taking a demotion. And I really was also had this in the back of my mind of, oh, I'm stepping back, I'm going backwards, I'm not going forwards. But I've got to say, it's really is. It's a win all around. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Which is a very rare case in life. But speaking of work, I have to go to work.